I'm doing my vlog. I'm sitting upon my throne, actually. This is my wife's wingback chair, and if I ever claimed it, she knows where I sleep. It might not be a good thing. Ew, alright. Yeah, no hat. It's dark enough in here. I'm not doing a whole lot of anything today. It's Sunday. My knees are exceptionally painful. I'm not even going to the office. I had Aurora bring my camera and camera stand and the little charger to the camera to me. I'll upload this video on my laptop in my bedroom. I can do that. I have 8 grandchildren here. Aurora, Cheyenne, Ashton, Samuel, Walter, David, Zara Rose, and Tigger, better known as Benjamin Jr. And Zara Rose and David are out playing on my son Nick's riding mower. It runs, it just needs a tire aired up, put back on the rim and aired up. We'll probably get around to that. Yesterday was a really rough day. Friday was horribly bad. I did visit with Matt and Mike at Lodge 3. That's their office. I guess it's a permanent office now. Divine Outdoors is getting ready to launch. They're getting closer all the time to having it done. Old Alf is, I'll give you a view of the room I'm in. And there's Alf sitting and contemplating the great outdoors, I guess. Linda and I have been in our bedroom watching videos. It's 1:20 in the afternoon. Thereabouts was my phone says it's 1:18. I took a pretty long hot bath soaking my knees this morning. And usually, as dumb as this sounds, being in a bathtub naked in water, that is my opportune time that I do reflections on things and earnest prayer for others and prayer about what to do. My son Chris will, when he gets time, get Linda's Navigator to where it's eminently drivable. I can use it right now, but it has almost no power, and it's needing a lot of help. It needs help, but we'll keep the car. We're not going to just throw it away or trade it in or whatever. But I've spoken with Linda, and really, after praying this morning, we're going to need to get a pickup truck. But I want one like my son Chris has, that has seating for everybody. So she and I will most likely here in a few days have to as much as I hate to, I'm probably going to have to go get one from a car lot. I'm watching my grandson David. He's got such a wonderful imagination. He's a very, very intelligent child. All of my grandkids are really smart. They're not going to be swimming in the pool today. I had planned on swimming every day. I've got to go buy some more bleach. I haven't done that. Life is good. It really is. You have to be thankful. You need to be thankful for everything you have, and I am so bountifully blessed, and I know that. But I was thinking about what life actually consists of. You're born, you breathe, you have to eat, you have to drink, and I think the biggest thing in life is learning to love others. You know, the two great commandments are love God with everything you've got to love Him with, and the second is like unto it. Love your brother as yourself. That means love your sisters and your other people as you love yourself. And He's telling you, you have to love yourself. You have to. A lot of people don't love themselves. They walk around being miserable. And my thing about that is, for most of my life, I hated myself. I hated how I did things. I hated my attitude. Now I'm at peace with myself, and that makes it so I'm at peace with others. I backslid a little bit on some folks in Jerry's swimming hole, and then yesterday, my young friend Matt taught me something. You're never too old to learn. So what did Matt teach me? Now I'm going to close this vlog with this little anecdote. Matt, Mike, and I were sitting in their office in Lodge 3. There's a guy parked his car across the street to the north in a space that's reserved for RVs, and he was down in the swimming hole with his wife and child, and they're not supposed to be there. And he was a little hostile when Matt and Mike went out to talk to him. He was all muscled up. You could tell the guy, you know, he's tattooed and beefed up and probably buzzing on something while he was there. I don't know. I didn't speak to him, but evidently uses steroids, anabolic steroids, to beef up. And I went out. It was hard for me to walk, you know, with Matt and Mike as they were talking to him. They left, and then Matt talked about getting a wrecker to tow the guy's car. But I thought about Matt's proposition in dealing with people, and that is, be kind, be peaceful. And I told him, I believe I told him, you know, his approach to people is be nice, and it works. But I asked them to hold off on calling a wrecker, because I had a feeling the guy was just down getting his family and leaving, and he did. It could have been a real ugly situation. It wasn't. It was pleasant. There goes David and Zara Rose with two super soaker water guns walking up the driveway. But I was also reflecting on something else. This dude was a bruiser. If my son Chris had been there and the guy had really started being stupid and being hostile and really started pushing buttons, Chris would have taken him down so fast it made the dude's head spin. And that's not a good thing either. My youngest son doesn't need to be conducting himself the way I used to conduct myself. That's not a good way to do things. It really isn't. Follow peace with all men. And thankfully he wasn't there. I don't know what he's doing today. He was going to go get a hold of Matt and ask what they needed him to do. He worked on a semi yesterday, and they had to drag that semi over to what we call the snake pit with a chain. The truck has got problems, and Chris could figure it out. It would just take some time. He's used to going in and solving a problem quick because he is a master mechanic. But they got it over there, and I told them something. I used to drive a big rig for a while when Linda and I first met, and were dating before I went back to hauling trash for a living. I was a garbage man in the city of Norman. Prior to that, a friend of mine named Frank Page and I used to drive semis. We would team drive for a guy that had a company in Noble, Oklahoma, Ron Hass. He made camper shells, and he also made campers he sold to Floyd's RVs up in Norman. But Frank and I drove cross country, and the two trucks, okay, this guy had 5 semis. 3 of them, 2 were Peterbilts and 1 was a Kenworth, and they were brand new, and those things are like the Cadillacs of semi trucks. We had a choice of driving a Freightliner. That I hate Freightliner big rigs. They're not well built, and I know there's some truck drivers that might watch this that disagree. They have problems right out of the factory. And the other one I hated was a white cab over 10-speed. It was like riding on a buckboard hauling those trailers with that thing. And Ron and I, we would gripe, but we were the 2 most experienced drivers that he had, so he always put us in the junk trucks, you know. And I got thinking about that too. I ran a police department for a while in Wilson, Oklahoma, and what I did when I ran that department is I always worked the night shift and had the most experienced officers work the night shift. That way we were dealing with the ruffians and the basically wannabe career criminals that were rampant in that town. And we left our less experienced officers to work the day shift to learn to be a police officer, because just going through the academy wasn't enough. Well, that's kind of what our boss was doing with Frank and I, is he knew that we could handle the junk, and he left the better rig. And the thing that really got me was listening to those green drivers strip gears in those beautiful trucks. Just really bothered me. But I've rambled on long enough. I just want all of you to know that are watching this crippled, fat, ill, old man loves you. I do. This is day 3, day 3 of me being back on my morning meds, but I'm still feeling bad. I forget sometimes I'm not a spring chicken anymore. You know, the mind's got it, but the body doesn't. I'm used to being somebody that when I was younger I could hunt a bear with a switch, figuratively. I was a he-man. I'm not young. I'm not tough. I'm not a BA. I used to be. Well, used to doesn't count. What I want to be now and what I want to be remembered for when I die, and I will die one of these days, is having love and kindness for everybody. I want to be remembered as being kind. And I'm working as hard as I can to be kind. I really am. It's hard for me. I'm not used to being that guy. But I have people in my life that are a good example. And as dumb as this might sound to some, my best friend, a guy named Jerry Pletcher, is one of the kindest people I know. There are those that say, no, he's not. Well, I've been around him more than most of the folks that quote unquote know him. I know the content of his character. And Jerry will help anybody. And he's always kind. You know, at least that's what I've seen. And I try to emulate that. He and I are kind of like two 10-year-old boys when we get together. And we used to have adventures. We don't do that anymore. I'm gonna remedy some of that. I'm gonna try to. I've just got to get to where I'm feeling better. I feel horrendous right now. I'm gonna reduce this screen and end this on a different note. Those are some book covers and awards I won for writing. I'm actually, or used to be, really good at writing. I don't know if I am anymore or not. I need to order some books and hand them out. But that's some of my artwork, Mike. Speaking specifically to my friend Mike Doust. That is pen, pencil, and paper on a background. You can't really see it. And that's some more artwork there that I did. I just thought I'd show you a little bit of that, Mike. Okay, folks. Oh. I love all of you. I do. God bless all of you, and I mean that. And I'll do this again tomorrow. I'm going to go upload this. Remember to study your scripture. Remember to say your prayers. And remember to be kind. I love you. God bless you, and bye.